Hello, my name is Davy, and I would love to welcome you to your frequency energy meditation. This program is a combination of binaural beats and isochronic tones, or the frequencies, mixed together with guided meditation intention setting cues provided by me, as well as a chi building portion or energy moving, which is very similar to Tai Chi. So it's very non-invasive for you, very low impact, but you will feel the benefits immediately. As a result, you, the participant, will walk away with many benefits, including reduced stress and anxiety, reduced pain and discomfort. You'll walk away with a very calm, focused, relaxed, yet energized demeanor. You'll be able to remove blocks. You'll be able to increase and improve creativity. During this DVD series, you'll have the opportunity to get reacquainted with yourself and just let the outside world fall away. I've even had people relieve physical and mental pain and discomfort during our sessions. Now, if this is new to you, I encourage you to take your time. If you only get through a couple of exercises at a time, that's okay. Just know that every time you come back to it, you can expand on those, you can add a few more exercises, and with each time you do come back, you will gain in strength, connection, and awareness. Lastly, before we begin, I'd like to take you through the science of these frequencies. Although there are many esoteric qualities to this practice, I want to appease the left brain among you and let you know that this all has been proven from a very scientific basis. In terms of frequencies, there are 5 main frequencies. I mean, there are many frequencies, but there are 5 main ones that we're going to focus on. After about 6 or 7 minutes of listening to a certain frequency, our brains will actually begin to mimic that frequency. Now, from top to bottom, they are gamma, beta, alpha, theta, and delta. Now, gamma is from 27 hertz and up. Typically, it's associated with memory, retention, learning a new language, for example. So lots of recall, almost speeding the brain up. It's also been proven that it will reduce migraines by up to 53%. So very significant for people dealing with pain on a regular basis. Beta is the next one down. It's from 12 to 27 hertz. That's where most people live. So beta frequency is meeting deadlines, running around to get the kids, going from A to B, right? So nothing wrong with that, but oftentimes in today's society, we're not getting out of beta. We're not sleeping properly. We're not coming down into these slower and lower frequencies. And as a result, we're having to deal with lots of pain, anxiety, more stress than ever before. So we need to come down out of beta on a regular basis. Producing an overabundance beta frequency will lead to those anxieties, ADHD, and other diseases of the body as well. In terms of the lower and slower frequencies, now we get into alpha, theta, and delta. So alpha is 8 to 12 hertz, typically associated with very calm and focused, but not a lot of crazy brain activity. Seasoned meditators produce more alpha brain waves. As soon as you close your eyes, you're going to produce more alpha waves. The seasoned athlete, or the athlete just before a big event, it has been proven that they are in fact in the alpha frequency. So they've got that focus, they've got that drive. The next one down is theta. From 3 to 8 hertz, theta it's been proven that up until the age of 6 years old, we're in theta frequency. And that's just like taking a camcorder and going around and recording everything that's going on through our 5 senses. So one thing I do want to mention with theta is oftentimes when you get into this brainwave state, you can actually have feelings or memory recall coming up from things that were happening when you were a kid. So there could be some restlessness that happens with this. So I just want you to be aware of that. Now, delta is the lowest and the slowest, typically associated with deep sleep or dreamless sleep. The body is repairing and resetting its internal clocks. Okay, it is from 0.2 to 3 hertz. Now, another thing I want to mention is that typically when I listen to a delta or even a theta frequency, and I'll be working or that sort of thing, I find I won't need as much sleep. Okay, so it almost tricks the brain into thinking that it's being repaired, that it's getting that extra sleep and that sort of thing. So these lower and slower frequencies really are important to get into on a much more regular basis. And when you do, I think you're gonna really start to experience the benefits and the profound changes that are going to take place not only within your mind, but within your body. So higher frequencies associated with improved cognition, memory, retention, that sort of thing. And the lower frequencies aid with sleep, reducing stress, anxiety, and things of that nature. What you're seeing on your screen now is the graph of an actual brainwave scan. And on the left side, you can see the colored areas of the brain are kind of all over the place. There's no actual patterning or that sort of thing. And after a very, very short time, only a few minutes, you can see the right picture is they're all conformed, they're all in alignment, and the patterns actually resonate out from the center of the brain. It's a very telling tale of what is actually going on after a very, very short period, a couple of minutes of listening to these different frequencies. And finally, researchers have found that not only are brainwaves indicative or representative of a person's mental state, but they can be stimulated to change a person's mental state. And that's just what we're going to do in this program. So if you look at the graph, it actually correlates the different frequencies, the higher and lower frequencies correlate to our levels of consciousness. Now, beta is, I mentioned earlier, it contracts, it allows us to focus. That means we're in our conscious mind or our thinking mind. The alpha is like a bridge, and that bridges into our subconscious mind, which is our kind of our higher consciousness. That is considered delta frequency. So again, we contract to focus and we open up, we expand to allow us to dream, to allow us to imagine, that sort of thing. So I would like to propose we need to get more into those lower frequencies. We need to open up our consciousness in order to really, reconnect not only to ourselves but to everybody else. And lastly, with regards to consciousness and frequency, I recall an interview that I saw with Deepak Chopra, and he mentioned that he is always in delta frequency. So even though he's able to carry on a conversation with you or I, he's still attached to, open to this higher consciousness. So there are so many more exciting things going on kind of behind the scenes than if we're always just in beta frequency. And that is why, in essence, people we've forgotten how to dream, we've forgotten how to imagine. And when we get back into these lower states of consciousness, aided by frequency, aided by programs like this and different types of meditation, it allows us to reconnect to that greater consciousness. There are just two final components to the frequency portion that I'd like to discuss before we move on. The first is 432 versus 440. It involves basically a plate of sand, a Hertz measuring device, and various frequencies or different pitches of sound. And what they've actually done is they've measured the 432 versus 440. When they have the sand on the plate, it'll vibrate at the different pitches. Now, first thing with this is they will make very, very beautiful and intricate designs. And the designs get more and more intricate as the pitches continue to go up. So that's the first very cool thing about this whole example. The second, though, is that with the 440, all the designs are a little bit messy, almost distracting and a little bit chaotic, if you will. Whereas the 432, the sounds are a little more soothing and the designs are much tighter, much neater, and more compact. Okay, so if you can imagine that and kind of reference it back to ourselves, if we're continuously being dripped on with something that just doesn't feel quite right, then how is that going to negatively impact ourselves, right? We're going to end up with disease in the body, right? So very important to acknowledge that and really be aware of the different things that you're listening to and the different frequencies and energies that you're surrounding yourself with. And the last point is Schumann frequency. So what is Schumann frequency? Schumann has been proven to be the Earth's frequency. That is 7.83 Hertz. It's also been proven to be the frequency of the human brain upon birth. Now, this frequency is being drowned out by EMF or electromagnetic frequencies, or quite simply our cell phones. Now, there were two very interesting studies that I just wanted to talk about in reference to this, because I think it's very important in what's going on in the world in terms of how stressed and anxious we really are and how sick we've become, because that healing frequency is being drowned out. It's a very, very profound healing frequency. Now, the first example was done with bees. I don't know if you've heard about the bees disappearing and that sort of thing, but it's a very real, very, very significant problem that we're having. They had 5 bee houses set out and basically a portable phone charger in 3 of the 5 hives. So the portable phone charger gives off the same EMF frequency as our cell phones. In those 3 hives, the bees did not come back. Okay, so something to be very aware of when you're listening to your cell phone or you have your cell phone up to your ear. Okay. The second one was actually done with people. They had them in a bomb shelter, a bunker beneath the Earth's surface. No frequencies allowed in, although they did start to drip in the portable phone charger frequency. Almost immediately, the people started feeling sick. Okay? Now, without telling them what was going on, because it's not detectable to the ear, they turned that frequency off, put the 7.83 hertz, the Schumann frequency in, and just like that, they began feeling better. Right? So very, very important when we're looking at frequencies and starting to surround ourselves with these different kinds of energies and tones and that sort of thing. They really do have such a profound healing quality, and that's really what this series is all about. So that about sums up our introduction to frequencies. Now, there's one more little part as we move into the chi portion of our videos. I do want to again appease the left brain thinkers among us, among you out there. I think it's very important to do so, and I'm going to do so by posing the question: do you believe that dogs can hear a whistle that we can't? If you're like everybody else that's come before you, you answered yes. The other one is, do you believe that there are ultraviolet rays that we can't see? And that should also be a yes. If so, those are 2 frequencies, 2 energies that are outside the realm of our 5 senses. And the universe has a frequency. And we can in fact tap into and utilize and build that frequency, that energy, into our own bodies. And that's just what we're going to do as we move into the chi portion of our videos. I can't tell you how excited I am to be on this journey with you. I just know you're going to love every module in this program. The benefits you're going to walk away really are life-changing. To connect with me, you can do so through my website. I invite you to come back there often. I'm going to have new material uploaded all the time. You can purchase my DVDs, my workout DVDs, my books, and if there's any one-on-one coaching that I can provide for you, please reach out. I'm here to be of service to you, to get you from where you are to where you want to go. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing you soon.